Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Trishy and for today's class we'll be focusing in on body awareness. So come and take a comfortable seat. I'm sitting up on a block so that my hips can stay comfortable, and then I'm going to place my palms on top of my knees and then I'm going to close my eyes. So feel free to take whatever seat, whatever variation you feel best for you. Take a cleansing breath just to settle into your practice and into your body. Body awareness is one of the most significant things a teacher can teach students. Not only does it help to merge body, mind, and heart into the present moment, which can alleviate suffering, but it helps to keep our bodies safe from injuries during our practice. So I'll be inviting you to find your edge during today's class, which means on an intensity scale of sensation between 1, meaning you feel no sensation, and 10, being you feel pain, stay somewhere around a 4 or a 5. I would like you to try to do a body scan in every pose. Even just make it a Yin Yoga habit. As you do this, soften every muscle along the way. Use props to bridge the gap if you are unable to soften. So the way that we're going to build body awareness in today's class is by using the breath. As you sit here, inhale slowly, paying attention to the breath as it expands every rib in the front, side, and back body. Then exhale, feeling these areas retract with the cool oxygen flowing out of your nose. As you do this, soften your body and imagine on the inhale that you're expanding your breath to the whole body and all the limbs. Bring your palms together in front of your heart space and let's take a cleansing breath together, inhaling through the nose and then exhaling through the mouth. The first pose that we're going to take is a child's pose. So bring your big toes to touch, knees go wide, and before you lower down to the floor, just sit back on your heels for a moment and feel your hips expand. Then lower all the way down, bringing your forehead down to the mat. Meditate as you deeply inhale into your ribs, into the back body. Feel the spine next to the ribs. This is not an area we tend to think about a lot. Keep feeling the expansion of your breath into the back body and the sensation you hold inside your hips. Slowly begin to lift up and try to take your transitions very slowly today. Move your body from pose to pose and just feel the echo of staying still as you do. Come and lie down all the way onto your tummy for Sphinx pose. So the amount of sensation you have is if your forearms are closer to your body, there's more sensation, and if you walk your arms further away from you, there's less. So find a comfortable position for yourself. Bring your shoulders onto the back body and lengthen through the spine. Expand your breath into the lungs from front to back and side to side. Send your breath into the lower back. Then feel your pelvis grounded to the floor, and then follow this awareness down the legs and into your feet. Slowly begin to lower down. Bring your right hand into about a 45-degree angle in front of your chest and place your forehead on top of that palm, or on the floor depending how comfortable it is. Bend through your left knee and reach back and clasp hold onto the foot with your left hand. You can always use a belt or a strap if the grab of the foot is too far away. Try to keep a slight bend in your elbow so you're not hyperextending the joint or locking the joint. And breathe into the total length of your spine. Breathe into the length and the curve. Then breathe into the front of your left thigh and feel the stretch and notice the different sensations between the left leg that is bent to the right leg that is straight. Slowly release the hold of the left foot and bring it back down to the mat very slowly. We're going to go to the other side. So bring your left arm to a 45 to 90 degree angle and rest your forehead down on the mat or on top of your palm. Bend through your right knee and grab a hold onto the foot with your right hand or with a strap, either to the inner edge of the foot or the outer edge of the foot. Try to feel into all parts of your body that are touching the earth. And the more that you ground down through your pelvis, the more intensity you'll feel into your right leg, upper thigh. Continue to body scan using your breath and softening all your muscles. Very slowly release the hold of your right foot. Bend through both knees and then just windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Then you can just place your feet back on the floor and wiggle your hips as well. This will release any tension that may have built up in the lower back. Press up into your palms and come into tabletop pose, and the next pose that we're going to take after this will be swan pose. So I'm going to be grabbing both my blocks. Of course, props are optional. And then you're going to place your left knee behind your left wrist, extending your right leg out back behind you. So the first block I'm placing underneath my left hip, and the second one will go underneath my chest. Again, this is optional. And then you can slowly lower your head and chest and forehead all the way down to the mat. You can take whatever arm variation feels best for you, as long as you can sit still and hold the pose. So as you sit here in swan pose, feel into your bent knee and hip. Send your breath there and see if the sensation on your hip and knee is resting comfortable at your edge. Then send your breath into both hips and notice if your hips are tilting one way or the other. Keep the pelvis neutral. Send your breath into the extended leg and see if your hip flexor is comfortable. Do you need to put a block under your hip? Finally, breathe into the chest. And see if your breath is neutral. Natural breathing is a sign that you have not gone past your edge. It should be free and natural. Very slowly begin to lift back up. I'm just staying on my forearms for a sec to take a breath and then lift back up. Do any kind of counter stretch that feels best for you. What I like to do is come back into tabletop pose and then extend that left leg out behind you, pressing through the heel, and then arching the spine, bringing chin to chest. So from here, we'll just go to the other side. So bring your right knee behind your right wrist, extending your left leg out behind you. I'm going to place the block underneath my right hip and then one underneath my chest. Then just lower all the way down, bringing your forehead to the mat or on top of your palms. Get as comfortable as you can in the pose. And keep scanning your body while you hold. Let the breath be natural and relax into it. Very slowly begin to lift back up. And do any little movements that feel just great. Again, I'll be extending my right leg out behind me and pushing through the heel, and then rounding the upper back, bringing my chin to the chest. From here, come and lie down all the way on your back. And the next pose that we'll be doing is reclined shoelace. So cross your right thigh over top of your left, trying to stack one knee on top of the other as much as possible. Then hug your knees into your chest, and you can either interlace your fingers on top of your left knee, or you can clasp onto the lower legs, the ankles, and try to relax your arms as much as possible. Let your upper body be heavy and grounded into the mat. And keep your awareness flexing into your feet, and that will help to protect the knees. As you sit here, breathe into the hip that is giving you more of the sensation. And then breathe into the hip that's giving you less of the sensation. Try to see how much your belly can expand on every single breath. And slowly begin to uncross both legs. I'm just going to extend both my legs up to the sky, just as a little bit of a counter stretch. And then we'll go to the other side. So cross your left thigh over top of your right, trying to keep the knees one in line with the other. And you can either interlace your fingers on top of your right knee, pulling your knees into the chest, or you can grab onto your ankles. Keep your feet firmly flexed. Breathe into the sensation of all your body and keep scanning every muscle as you soften them down. And slowly begin to uncross the legs. You can extend your legs up to the sky as a counter pose. And then bend your knees, bring your feet down to the mat. Just go ahead and windshield wiper your legs from side to side, bringing your arms into a cactus or a T shape. And be mindful of the sensations you feel in your hips as you go from side to side. Make your movements slow. And then bring your knees back center. Bring your arms down by your side. We're going to come into Shavasana. Extend your legs. Let them fully relax. And let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. As you lay here In Shavasana, continuously scan your body to be sure every muscle is relaxing fully. Sometimes I find when I've relaxed something in my body, it may tighten up again without my notice. So keep being sure that your body is fully surrendering. Slowly begin to wiggle fingers and toes as you wake up. Feel free to turn your head from side to side, raising your arms overhead and taking a nice big stretch. Then gently roll to one side, using the strength of your arms to help yourself come into a comfortable seat. Feel free to keep your eyes closed, placing your palms on top of your knees. Feel the echo of the practice throughout your body. Feel it inside your mind and inside your heart. Can you take this heightened sense of awareness off your mat? Bring your palms together in prayer position in front of your heart. Let's take a cleansing breath together, inhaling deeply through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Thank you so much for practicing today with me, yogis. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this class. Namaste.